Hey, English learners! Welcome back to the Open Mind Studio, your cozy place to learn everyday English through real-life conversations and useful vocabulary. I'm Emma.
And I'm Alex.
Alex, can I ask you something?
Of course. Although your questions always make me stop and think.
Good. So, picture this. You're lying in bed. It's late. You've been scrolling Instagram for, well, let's not say how long. And then you finally put the phone down. In that moment, right there in the dark, do you feel better or worse than before you picked it up?
Worse. Every time.
Every time.
Every single time, Emma. And that's the strange part, isn't it? I don't do anything else in my life that makes me feel worse, and then go back and do it again an hour later. If a food made me feel sick, I would simply stop eating it. But this doesn't work like that. I feel bad. I put the phone down, and 20 minutes later, my hand is reaching for it again.
And I think that's because we're not really reaching for the phone at all. We're reaching for a little lift. Something easy. You've had a long day, you're tired, and you don't want to think anymore. So you tell yourself the lie.
Which lie?
I'm just going to check one thing. And that sentence has never once been true. Not one single time in my life. 40 minutes later, I am looking at the wedding photographs of a woman I went to school with and never actually spoke to, and I have no idea how I got there. You don't choose any of it. That is the whole point. So you go in looking for a lift, and you come out feeling flat. And I've been trying to work out what actually happens in between.
Well, I think you see everybody's good bits. All of them, all at once. One after another after another. Their trip, their new job, their dinner, their perfect skin. And you're seeing all of that while you're lying in bed, in an old t-shirt with a headache.
So it isn't a fair fight. You're seeing the very best moments of 100 different people, and putting that next to the ordinary middle of your own evening? Nobody could win that. And the one that gets me the most is when I see people I know, together, somewhere, and I wasn't there. There is a very specific little sting in that.
When you feel left out.
Left out. Yes, that small, horrible 10-year-old feeling. Everybody is together, and I am not.
Left out. That's when everyone is included except you, and nobody actually meant to do it?
Right. To feel left out is that feeling of being forgotten or of not being invited, even when nobody has done anything unkind at all. And what makes it so cruel now is that before, you would simply never have known. There would have been no photograph. Now, there is a picture of it, and you can look at that picture as many times as you like.
And you do look at it as many times as you like.
I zoom in. I count the people. A full investigation at 11 o'clock at night into a party I did not even want to attend. And there is never a good ending. Either they didn't invite me, and I feel sad, or they did, and I said no, and now I feel stupid.
And underneath all of it, I think there is one thing driving the whole machine. You start comparing.
Comparing. As in, you put your life next to theirs, and you measure it?
Yes, that's the whole engine. To compare yourself to someone means you look at them, then you look at yourself, and you decide who is doing better. And you never come out ahead, not once, because you were putting your ordinary, real Tuesday next to the best 12 seconds of somebody's entire year.
And the maddening thing is that we all know this. Everybody knows people only post the good parts. And it doesn't help even slightly.
No, because knowing something and feeling it are two completely different things.
And here's the part nobody says out loud. Sometimes I look at somebody's post and I don't feel sad. I feel a little mean, a little jealous. And then I feel guilty for being jealous. So now I have two bad feelings instead of one.
A bonus feeling. You opened Instagram for a lift and came away with two problems.
2 problems and a headache. And honestly, Alex, this is the part I want to talk about properly, because I only understood it because of something that happened to me, and it's not a nice story about me. But first, you have to understand what I thought was happening.
All right, so what did you think was happening?
I thought everybody else had it figured out. I thought I was the only one sitting at home in an old t-shirt, feeling like her life was somehow smaller than everyone else's.
Which is a very lonely thing to believe.
Incredibly lonely. And it's a lie, but such a convincing lie, because you're looking at evidence, photographs of all the amazing lives.
Except a photograph is not a window into somebody's life. That is the mistake we all make. We look at it as though we are seeing the whole thing.
No, it's not a window at all, is it? It's a highlight reel.
Highlight reel? Like in sports, where they only ever show you the goals?
Precisely that. A highlight reel is only the best bits, cut together, with everything ordinary taken out. 90 minutes of nothing much, and you see the best 15 seconds. And here is what breaks my heart. You are watching everybody else's highlight reel, while you are living your own behind the scenes. The whole match, including the boring bits, including the bit where you cry.
So everybody is comparing their entire match to everybody else's best goals. All at the same time. All quietly believing they're the only one losing.
Everybody. And I know that sounds heavy, but it's also, strangely, the most comforting thing I know. Because if everybody is doing it, then nobody is actually winning. There is no woman out there whose life truly looks like her profile. Not even her. So what do we actually do? Because just stop comparing yourself is useless advice.
It is. You can't simply stop a thought. But I do think you can notice it. You catch yourself.
Catch yourself, meaning you notice what you're doing while you are still doing it?
To catch yourself doing something is to suddenly become aware of it, right in the middle of it. Like waking up, just a little. Oh, I'm doing the thing again. And that tiny moment of noticing is genuinely the whole skill. You cannot change something that you never even noticed.
And it's such a small thing to ask of yourself. You're not deleting the app. You're not throwing your phone into a river. You are simply noticing. And I say the sentence out loud sometimes. I caught myself scrolling again. That's all. No punishment, no long speech about what a weak person I am.
And that matters far more than people realize. Because the guilt is part of the loop. You feel bad about scrolling, and then you scroll to escape feeling bad about scrolling.
That is the loop, the entire engine of it. So you have to be gentle with yourself, or it simply gets faster.
And there's one more thing I've started doing. It sounds far too simple to work. I ask myself what I'm feeling before I open Instagram. Not afterwards. Before.
Ah, that's good. Because you never reach for it randomly, do you?
Never randomly. I reach for it when I am bored, or anxious, or avoiding something. And if I can name that feeling, quietly, to myself, I can see quite clearly that the phone is not going to fix it. It will only bury it for 40 minutes, and then hand it straight back to me, with interest.
With interest. Okay, my story.
The one that isn't nice about you.
It really isn't. So, there was a night, some time ago, that was one of the worst nights I have ever had. Everything had gone wrong. I'd had a horrible piece of news, and I had cried in a bathroom, which is a very particular kind of low.
That is a real low.
It really is. And my sister Priya made me come out to dinner because she is kind, and she knew I shouldn't be sitting at home on my own. So there I was, puffy eyes, not eating, and then the food arrived, and it was beautiful. Candles, the whole thing.
And you took a photo.
I took a photo. And Alex, I want to be honest about why I took it. It was not because I was happy. It was because I wanted somebody out there to think that I was.
Oh.
So I posted it. The candles, the beautiful plate, some little caption about a perfect evening. And then I went home, and I cried some more, and I fell asleep with my phone on my chest.
And in the morning?
In the morning, it had done very well, lots of likes, and there was a comment from a girl I barely know, someone quiet, someone I had honestly never thought about much at all. And she had written, "Your life is so perfect. I wish I had what you have."
On the worst night of your year.
On the worst night of my year. And I read that comment about 11 times because I finally understood, properly understood, that she was sitting somewhere in her own old t-shirt, feeling small, while she looked at a photograph of me at my absolute lowest.
And feeling left out of a life you weren't even living.
A life that did not exist. And meanwhile, I was doing exactly the same thing to about 40 other people that very same night. All of us comparing our real lives to each other's photographs. And every single one of those photographs was somebody's worst night with a candle in front of it.
So what did you do?
I very nearly deleted it. And then I thought, no, I'll leave it there and I'll remember it. Because now, when I see something that looks perfect, I don't think, wow, anymore. I think, I wonder what actually happened that night.
And that's the thought that breaks it, isn't it? Not deleting the app, just knowing what you are actually looking at.
Just knowing what you're looking at. It is a highlight reel every single time, including mine.
So, what do we actually do? Small things, real things, things a person could genuinely do this evening.
Small and real. The first one changed more for me than anything else. Charge your phone across the room, or in another room, not beside your bed. Because the whole thing happens at night, in the dark, when you are already tired and soft and easy to hurt.
And if it's across the room, you have to make a real decision to get up and fetch it. That tiny bit of effort is usually enough to stop you.
The second one. Before you open the app, name the feeling. Quietly, to yourself. I'm bored. I'm anxious. I'm avoiding my work. Because once you have named it, you can see plainly that the app was never the answer.
The third one. Catch yourself, but do it kindly. When you notice you have been scrolling, don't attack yourself for it. Just say it plainly. I caught myself scrolling again. And put it down. No speech.
The fourth one. Mute the accounts that make you feel small. Not unfollow if that feels awkward. Just mute. Nobody is ever told, nobody's feelings are hurt. And your feed becomes a quieter place almost immediately.
And the fifth one, for everybody learning English with us. After you scroll, say one honest sentence out loud about how it made you feel. I felt left out. Or, I feel drained.
Drained, meaning empty? As though your energy has been slowly pulled out of you?
Basically, yes. Drained is when your energy is completely gone. Not the sharp, satisfying tiredness of hard work. That flat, empty, used up feeling. And it is a very honest word for how you feel after an hour on that app.
It really is. So, should we go through these properly? Because there are 5 genuinely useful ones in here.
Let's do it, nice and slow. First, to feel left out. To feel left out means everybody is included except you. You weren't invited, or you were simply forgotten. Say it slowly with us. Left out. Left out. And once more, left out.
And in a real sentence, I saw the photos and I felt really left out,
And here's the upgrade. Instead of saying, I was sad, say, I felt left out. It is far more precise, and people will know exactly what you mean.
Next, to compare yourself to someone. To compare yourself means you look at somebody else, then you look at yourself, and you measure the two. Say it slowly with us. Compare. Compare. Once more. Compare.
In a real sentence, I always compare myself to people online, and I never feel good afterwards.
And the upgrade. Instead of, I feel worse than other people, say, I compare myself to other people too much. Now you are naming the habit instead of judging yourself.
Then, a highlight reel. A highlight reel is only the best bits, cut together, with everything ordinary taken out, like the best moments of a football match. Say it slowly with us. Highlight reel. Highlight reel. Once more. Highlight reel.
In a real sentence, don't compare your real life to somebody's highlight reel.
And this upgrade is the big one. Instead of, their life looks perfect, say, that's just their highlight reel. It is exactly the same thought, but now you are not hurting yourself with it.
Next, to catch yourself doing something. To catch yourself means you suddenly notice what you are doing, right in the middle of doing it. Say it slowly with us. Catch yourself. Catch yourself. Once more. Catch yourself.
In a real sentence. I caught myself scrolling again, so I put the phone down.
And the upgrade. Instead of, I couldn't stop, say, I caught myself doing it again. One of those is defeat. The other one is awareness. And awareness is how things actually begin to change.
And the last one, drained. Drained means your energy is completely gone. That flat, empty, used up feeling. Say it slowly with us. Drained. Drained. Once more. Drained.
In a real sentence. After an hour on my phone, I just feel drained.
And the upgrade. Instead of I'm tired, say I feel drained. Tired is your body. Drained is your whole self. And usually that is the truer word.
So, let's say a few of these out loud together. Nobody is listening. Try this one. I caught myself scrolling again. Good.
Now the honest one. I felt left out. And once more. Perfect.
And now the one that protects you. That's just their highlight reel. Beautiful. Remember that sentence. It might be the most useful one in this whole episode.
And here is your challenge. It's 2 things at once, because that's how we do things here.
The first part. The next time you go to bed, put your phone across the room. Not beside you. Across the room. Just once. And see what happens.
And the second part. Use one of today's phrases out loud in real life. I caught myself scrolling again. Or, that's just their highlight reel. Say it to a friend. Say it to yourself in the mirror. Just say it once.
And then come and tell us how it went in the comments. Honestly, how did it feel? Did you sleep better? Did you go and fetch the phone anyway? We read every single one, and there is no judgment here at all.
So here is our question for you. What is the one account that always makes you feel small? And could you mute it today?
And I think you probably thought of it instantly.
And if this helped you, a like, a subscribe, or sending it to the friend who's also awake at midnight scrolling, it genuinely helps more learners find us.
And thank you for spending this time with us. You just listened to a whole conversation in English, right through to the end. That is real practice, and you did it instead of scrolling. Feel good about that.
And there'll be a new conversation waiting for you here soon. So, until then, keep going, keep speaking, and go easy on yourself.
That's all from us today. I'm Emma.
And I'm Alex. See you in the next one. Bye for now.